Hello YouTube, I'm Jack Clark, the e-commerce critic, coming to you with another video. Hello, how are you? Now, of course, as you can tell from the title of the video, this is going to be an archetype review of the Heroic Challenger archetype that will be debuting in the Return of the Duelist set. That is the set after the Galactic Overlord. So I'm going to be doing this with all of the archetypes that are going to be debuting in the Return of the Duelist. So of course, expect a Madolche, Book of Spells, Uparts, and etc. All of the archetypes that are in that set I will be covering in the same manner that I'm covering these. So let's start off with the first Heroic Challenger Spartus. Now, of course, you can see all of the cards on the screen, so I'm just going to go over the effects since none of us can read Japanese, to my knowledge. So, once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can target one other face-up heroic monster you control. During the battle phase, this card gains attack equal to the target's original attack. So he can get a boost from one of his other heroic compadres. So, that's not that bad. I mean, your opponent will have to be monumentally stupid to actually attack a Spartus while you have another heroic on the field. They both have to be face up, so that means there's no element of surprise involved. However, I mean, if you've got two Spartus on the field, so you have a Sparta lock, which sounds pretty damn boss, but, I mean, your opponent will have to have a monster that has at least 3200 to get over either of them by battle. But, of course, this doesn't stop them being destroyed by any other means, so, of course, 1600, bottomless, you got loads of ways you can destroy this card, not by battle. So I guess it will bait out those effects, but it's kind of lackluster in that regard. But of course, Sparta Lock is quite nice. So let's see. I mean, if they get some more cards that allow you to get more heroics and more Spartus on the field faster enough, I mean, if they get their own Marauding Captain in a future set, then this card will actually be a bit more useful. But it'll be interesting to see how this card does. But at the moment, it's kind of lackluster. So next card, Heroic Challenger Warhammer. So, when this card destroys a monster by battle, you can equip the destroyed monster to this card. It can only be equipped with one at a time, and it gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster that's equipped to him. So, Warhammer, you are a level 6 monster with 2100 attack points, which automatically makes you fucking shit. But of course, that's my opinion. I mean, of course, it's a tribute monster, which means you don't actually gain any immediate advantage from its summon, which means it's outclassed by monarchs, not only by the fact that you don't gain any advantage by its summon, but also the fact that it's only got 2100 attack points, which means it can be easily destroyed by a lot of commonly played monsters. So it's kind of lackluster. I mean, if you do manage to destroy a monster, it can get some quite healthy attack points. I mean, if this attacks any of your average 1900 attack point monsters, it can easily go to 4000. So if you attack a Ryo or a Neosalius, it can go to 4000 quite nicely. But again, just like Heroic Challenger Spartus, it's not protected. It has no kind of protection, so unlikely that even if it does have a good boost from its effect, it's unlikely that it will remain on the field for any length of time, considering the kind of cards that everyone has at their disposal. So, Smashing Ground GG? No. But yeah, let's go with the next card, Heroic Challenger Sword Shield. So, of course, there is 0 attack point level 4, which is interesting. So, during either player's turn, if you control a heroic monster, you can send it from your hand to the graveyard to make sure that none of your heroics are destroyed by battle, and you'll take no battle damage that turn either. So, that's not that bad. I mean, I'm still raging from the fact that if you had given this card to another archetype, i.e. the What archetype, they could actually make decent use of this, and it'd be really freaking good for them. But however, Konami thought, hey, let's give it to heroics, because they don't do anything to battle? Yeah, they don't need to be protected by battle, especially. They've got a card effects, and they've got stats that mean that they can protect themselves to a certain degree. And of course, I mean, if they just given them a Colute or an Honest, that would actually be more in keeping with the theme, since they have a kind of a theme of increasing their attack points somewhat. But no, they thought they'd give them this card, which is kind of sucky, but it's not a bad card, but it could have been so much better. So let's go with Heroic Challenger Double Lance, which is level 4 again, with the highest attack for what their level 4s, with 1700. So when it's normal summoned, you can special summon another Double Lance from your hand or your graveyard in face-up defense position. Double Lances can't be used for Synchro material, and if they're used for Xyz material, then they have to be used for the Xyz of a warrior type monster. So immediately, they've got their own Battery Man AAA, which means they can, for the price of one card, if you've got the correct setup, you can spam rank 4 warriors, which is actually okay, considering even the limit in the fact that you can only summon warriors with this means that you'll only be playing the most commonly played rank 4s at all. So that's alright. I mean, you can summon Utopia, you can summon their boss monster, Heroic Champion Excalibur, and you can summon Blade Armor Ninja. 3 very, very good warriors, which all have very useful effects. But, yeah. I mean, you can't summon Maestroke or Levavel Chain or something with it, but you do have at least some good options with the Heroic Challenges. And of course, the Heroic Challenges are an anime archetype and are featured in the anime Yu-Gi-Oh! Xiao. So they may potentially get some more support, which potentially means more options for this card. So they may get another Xyz summon, another rank 4 warrior in future. So this card can only get better, and it's the best of them. Of course, Effect Veiler poops all over it, but Effect Veiler poops over a lot of stuff, so that's not really much. And with 1700, even if it does get Veilered, it's at least got a decent body to rely on. So, let's go to their boss monster, Heroic Champion Excalibur. Excalibur. Oh, this is really quite good, actually. I mean, rank 4, of course, needs two level 4 warriors to be summoned, and it's got 2000 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can detach 2 Xyz materials from it until your opponent's next end phase, its original attack is doubled. So immediately you can use its effect, and it will become a 4000 attack point beater. So actually, it's quite good. I mean, if you can actually get its attack to go through, then yeah, it's very good. It's nice. It inflicts a lot of damage potentially. And, of course, it lasts until your opponent's next end phase. So your opponent, of course, will have this giant 4000 attack point monster staring them down until the end of their next turn. However, the annoying thing with it is just kind of, if they can stop the initial attack, then this card is nothing. I mean, it's got 2000 attack, which means it can get over a lot of stuff and get over it. I mean, you special summon a Cyber Dragon, and you're fine. But it's still a very good card. I mean, 4000 attack points with its effect is nothing to be sniffed at. And it has the best artwork of the freaking archetype, and it looks freaking cool. Oh my, the sword as well. Oh my god. But yes, I digress. Let's go with the spell card Heroic Chance now. Now, Heroic Chance is a normal spell card. Target Heroic monster you control, and its attack is doubled, but it can't attack directly, and you can only activate 1 Heroic Chance per turn. So that's quite good. I mean, if it was a quick play, that mean it would be ridiculously good, but no. And of course, the opponent, the monster that you use it on can't attack directly, which is sucky, but you can use it with for the Excalibur, for example, so it can go up to 8000 attack, which means a lot of damage potentially. But you can use it with any of them, and it makes them pretty decent. I mean, 1600 attack with Spartus would make it 32, 1700 attack would make, what, 34? I'm sorry, my math is terrible, but all the monsters that this card can target will have decent attack points with it, apart from Shield Schward, who has no attack points to begin with, so you won't be using it on it anyway. So yeah, it's okay, it's okay. The fact they can't use multiple copies is kind of sucky as well, so you can't just go, haha, okay, summon Excalibur, use its effect, it's on 4000, Heroic Chance, 8000, Heroic Chance again, 16,000, yeah, that would be kind of broken. But yeah, it's alright. I mean, it could have been better, but I'm not complaining since so many of the other Heroic cards are quite lackluster. So let's go with the last card, the trap card of the Heroics, the Heroic Revenge Sword. So you can target a Heroic monster you control, equip this card to that target. After damage calculation, when you take battle damage involving the equipped monster, inflict to your opponent the same amount of damage, then destroy the monster it was battling. Okay. Let me see. So when you take battle damage involving the equipped monster, so when you take battle damage, so I guess, let me think, I guess you'll activate it during the, oh my god, this is kind of sucky. I mean, your opponent, you attack, you take damage, you can destroy the monster it was battling, but ideally you won't be wanting, you want to be attacking over it. You won't want to have to take battle damage to be able to use this card's effect to get over it. You'll just want to have your monster to have enough attack points in the first place to get over it. So yeah, that's kind of bad. Ugh. Heroics, you could have started off so much better, but you look really bad. Although you do have some interesting cards. They do have a card for the price of 1 card. You can summon a rank 4. They do have a very powerful Xyz monster, and they have some okay support cards surrounding them. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The Heroic Archetype. My rating, I'm going to go with 3 out of 5. It's kind of lackluster, but they do have some potential, especially as an anime archetype. So they surely will see some more support in future sets. But of course, that's just my opinion. If you have any thoughts on any of the cards that I talked about, or the heroic archetype in general, please post those in the comments or as a video response down below. And yes, that's pretty much it. Of course, my name is Jack Clark, I am the Yu-Gi-Oh! Musketeer, and I will have more videos out to you soon, but until then, goodbye.